Alright, we are reading a new chapter of the One Punch Man remake, and I have to specify that it's the remake because the original is being updated again. Oh my god, I can't believe our fortunateness. Berserk got an update too. We're gonna read that in a second. It's crazy. I'm so shocked that these series are actually coming back to the surface, that they're actually moving forward after all these years. Anyways, this new chapter starts with a shot of Captain Mizuki, fan favorite character that I'm sure we'll get some more action of in the future, even though she's not really at the power level to be relevant in the current arc. There's some pretty obvious reasons why people have gravitated towards this character, but I think it's a pretty genius design. So in the last chapter, Tatsumaki, the Tornado of Terror, had confronted Gyoro Gyoro, the seeming strategic mastermind of the Monster Association, the one who's calling all the shots and giving all the orders, even though she in turn dines to the monster king Orochi in terms of the actual kind of power structure. And we know a little bit about Gyoro Gyoro. Of course, us webcomic readers know the whole story, but they've already kind of hinted a little that she might not be, or it. I don't even know if that was a spoiler just there, that there might be something more going on with Gyoro Gyoro. Then meets the eye. This is a pretty cool attack. At first, at the end of the last chapter, which I just reread briefly, I was like, it's pretty weak. Trying to throw some pebbles at Tatsumaki. You really think that's going to do the job? But no, this is like a gigantic geode type sealing, to unseal, not sealing. It's very cool. Kind of like planetary type vibes. And again, we can see this deep hive-like structure of the Monster Association headquarters. Ooh, okay, but can Gyoro Gyoro pull it off? It gets denser and denser, condensing into what looks like molten rock. These huge blasts of lightning coming out of it. And what is Tatsumaki doing in there? Is she okay? Oh, she's just perfectly fine. Oh, I love that. I love that, man. Just the way that the attack comes down like spherical, and then Tatsumaki's attack in turn is like a big pillar, Just that contrast is super, super hype for me. And I'm not sure if I can really explain why beyond that. Just that kind of dynamicism of the overall shape of the attacks and the kind of paneling and structure that reflects that. So cool. It's so cool. Is that the best you can do? Oh my gosh. Tatsumaki, entirely unfazed. I mean, she's number 2 for a reason. She's by far the strongest psychic character that we've seen so far. And it would be pretty weak if she got taken down with the first attack. And there goes Gyoro Gyoro's arm. This is kind of her version of the throwing pebbles attack that Fubuki was so chided for. I love this effect of them having these little like stars around them, signifying that they're just like dazzling at how quickly they can go by. Pierce through my barrier. Oh yeah, you can see like the big cracks on both sides. Again, just this dynamicism of like spherical and pillar, Like I it seems like a stupid thing to focus on, but I think, having a good sense about this, having a nice contrast between these sorts of shapes and stuff can really add a lot of dynamicism to your paneling. It really wears me out when I see so many fights that it's just like blast, blah, blast, blah, and it's just like kind of the same beams going back and forth. You need some variety. You need some sense of dynamicism. Okay, Gyoro Gyoro transforms. Even more eyes. First time you met an Esper of a higher caliber than yourself. Just enjoy this experience while it lasts. I mean, you can stop bluffing. Obviously, Tatsumaki is going to do what she's going to do. So there's no point just getting egg on your face, making all these claims over and over again. She slams Tatsumaki down. The Riptide gravity, 300-fold gravity. Nothing but dust after this. I love whenever they do the super stylized, minimal Tatsumaki drawings. She's just a big pile of circles and curves and stuff. Like, Halberd, right, this feels great. Could you get my right shoulder a bit more? She's just treating it like a massage. Yeah, see, look, Yorogoro's getting all worked up. Well, that's your own fault. If you had not just boasted and stuff and kept convincing yourself, certainly not convincing Tatsumaki, so you're only trying to convince yourself that your attacks will work. Maybe if you had a little more humility, I don't know. I mean, Tatsumaki's not one to lecture people on the idea of humility, but I think... Oh, and here it comes. The Tornado of Terror, her signature move. I like how this first panel has just a close-up of her eyes. Something about that, like, the contrast between, of course, this shot of her in this really distorted kind of chibi form, and then just the eyes. And it's like, oh, she's like taking this seriously now. Twisting off Gyoro-Gyoro's arms. Gyoro-Gyoro, more like Guru-Guru, if you know what I mean. Getting just completely vortexed up in here. The eyes popping out and flying away is a nice touch. Yeesh. And yeah, that's probably it. I'm seeing her power firsthand. She completely, utterly surpasses my expectations. That little sister of hers doesn't even compare. A fatal miscalculation. So this is in Gyoro-Gyoro's narration. This isn't a trick. There's no more bluffing. She's just finally acknowledged, like, oh boy, there's there's no hope for me. Yes. Do you really have to kill me in such a cruel way? Also, there's no bounds for Notere, but are you really being killed, Gyoro-Gyoro? Does Tatsumaki already know? Nothing but a bag of flesh that doesn't feel pain, so cut the dramatics. Bring out your true nature. So Tatsumaki already knows. This is a bag of flesh. The Gyoro-Gyoro we have seen up until now is not the real one. It's just an surrogate, like Marty Funkhauser was on Arrested Development. It's exactly like that. So it's time to figure out where Jeffrey Tambor is really hiding. Yes, yes. These are jokes that I expect everyone to get. And if you haven't, you should watch Arrested Development. Far too early for me to challenge her. Which means I have one option left. So I'm trying to remember what happens in the webcomic here, but there's not really much point in doing that. But I'm really excited to see human form Gyoro-Gyoro. Spoilers, I guess. I'm sorry. Please just go and read the webcomic. I feel bad whenever I accidentally spoil part of the webcomic. But then I don't feel so bad because it's like, literally just read the webcomic. It doesn't take that long. And it's great. It's great on its own terms. It's great in ways that the remake isn't great. I mean, the charm of one's art is what I'm referring to there. And yeah, and then you can be the envy of all your friends as you lord over them, like, oh, well, I know what happens in the Monster Association, awk. And then they give you a quick slap on the face. No, don't be insufferable. Anyways, so yeah, in the webcomic, I think this is around where Tatsumaki is like, all right, time to get out here. And she pinpoints where Gyoro-Gyoro, the real form, is hiding and just pulls her up out of the ground. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see human form Gyoro-Gyoro. They've hinted at it before. She appeared briefly in that flashback. And I know that Murata was very excited to get to design another woman character. Save me! Kill this vile woman, Lord Orochi. Alright, well, that was an option. Someone did mention a thing like that being down here. I'm the one who calls the shots around here, but a real boss is Monster King Orochi. I'm the one who made him. Even I can't see his true potential. He's a true monster. Straight to hell along with me. I mean, first off, she knows you're not really dying. She knows that this is just a bag of flesh that cannot even feel pain. But, I don't know. Tatsumaki versus Orochi. We don't really have any way to understand the power levels there. We've seen Orochi fight Garo and kind of give Garo a big whooping. But how does Tatsumaki compare to him now? So where is it? Raise Orochi, I brainwashed him so he'd never be able to disobey my orders. Hands times and can't come save you. He'll be facing one of the other heroes. Don't have to cancel me, but that's so half bad. Nice, nice. Tatsumaki saying that the other S-Class heroes aren't half bad. That's about as good as we can ever hope to get from her in terms of niceness or a compliment or anything like that. So, okay, where is Orochi though? We saw him fighting against Garo and just whooping Garo. And then Garo ran off. Other adventures happened. So who could he be fighting now? What could be happening? Orochi is confronting an enemy so powerful that he has no choice but to prioritize fighting them over saving me? Where did you go? And I mean, when they cut from an enemy so powerful to the shot of Saitama, there's only one conclusion we can make. But what's actually going on here? So there's Orochi down in the pit. There's many, many heads flying up out of it. What an amazing shot. Look at that. Just the way it's like lurking down there. I love the idea of like Hydra-like things at a distance. It all comes back to the art of Progenitus in Magic the Gathering. Something about it just being on the horizon and these heads just kind of moving independently. And it's not necessarily fighting anything yet. It's not necessarily even showing its strength. It's just there. You just have to kind of watch it writhe and you're like, what is happening? Like, what is this thing? All right. Orochi biting away at the association. Not sure why. Then a big flame rising up underneath him. Ah, the big flame is him himself. Holy crap. So this is the truest form of Orochi. Oh my god. I can't get over this character design. Like, when I first saw the Monster King Orochi, I was like, well, this is crazy. They're just like adding a new character and they're hyping him up so much. And then I was like, oh, could it be a bluff? Like, this is just Gyoro controlling like another body and it's just like a figurehead of power. And then, you know, by the time the Garo fight came, I was much more convinced that Orochi was like the real deal. And was blown away by all the transformations and the character designs. And I was like, yes, I get it. Like, this is a character that one could not have put in the comic. There's not really a way for one to have drawn something that looks anything like this. Can you imagine? It would be like Saitama staring down the flying spaghetti monster. But in Murata world, in the land of Murata's hyper cinematic, hyper detailed drawing, like, look at this. This is so cool. A being of pure fire and dragon. Couple of naked dudes, a dog and a cat. I was wondering what would come next. I don't even know what you're supposed to be. Why are you living under my house? Ooh. And Orochi realizes that Saitama's the real deal. He knows that Saitama took down Rover in one hit. Couple of naked dudes, a dog and a cat. He's wiped out. Well, he didn't wipe out the cat, but he certainly scared it away. He's made his presence known to the people who are actually paying attention to the Monster Association. Oh, that's it. Dang. Dang, dang. I like the Orochi page a lot. I'm gonna look at it again. Oh, so good. Just the development, like just going from seeing this swarm of dragon snakes deep down below in this chasm to the dragons flying up past Saitama, truly like an iconic shot in like sextuplicate. Like, and seeing one dragon snake past you up in the air like that is one thing, but this is many, many dragons. Oh, it's so good. Launching himself up there. This big fiery mantle engulfing the main body. Staring down at Saitama. Clearly not some human trash that can just be ignored. Ooh. Okay, alright. Let's wait for the next chapter. I hope it's here soon.